Yeah. So let's go ahead and carry on from our last never-ending journey, right? If you know what I'm talking about, then you're right on time. But if not, you can go ahead and just stop this and go back on my channel and play the one that says never again. All right. So it's probably about a month ago now. We went in the forest. So it's probably been like, I don't know, probably like 3 months since I did the 18-gram journey. That was the never again. So yeah, it took 3 months off altogether. And I guess I'm skipping forward too quick. You know, within that time, a lot went on. You know, we think that we could go into a psilocybin journey, and then straight away we're gonna receive the aha moment. You know, the revelations are gonna come through. You know, everything's just gonna make sense now. It's gonna be straight away. Like no, like it's a continual unfolding process. And when you no longer feel the need to go in, then you just don't go in anymore. You know what I mean? But there's other things that you got to work on while taking these journeys at the same time, you know, in this reality as well, that you have to adjust, depending on what you're seeking, right? But yeah, so went from like just chasing more. Like, no, I want to go further. I want to go more beyond. Yeah, well, okay, this is what 12 grams is like. Oh, one time with 15. Oh, let me just get this whole outer body experience. Let me stay out of my body altogether and travel in the dimensions. And yeah, all of that. That is fucking great, you know, if it was a clear-cut path just to get there. But the path...
to come back as you wish.
And to come back as you wish, right?
But it doesn't work that way.
It doesn't work that way. You know, and we forget that we're taking these alien entheogens, right? Yeah, they're of nature, but they're alien as well, you know. And with psychedelics, it's never a clear-cut path. Shit, it's far from that. So it's fucking a maze of shit, you know. And on that journey, you know, trying to reach that more, and more outer body, and more celestial, and more this, and more, just returning to the oneness and nirvana and the bliss. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit that you got to go through. You know, finding out your dosage. Aside from that, it's like what's going on in the world around you. You know what I mean?
What's going on inside you?
What's going on inside of you? You know, are you meant to even be taking the amount that you're taking? Like, how are you approaching it? Like, you know, let's be real. We're taking all of these, taking these ancient things and approaching it with this, with this new mindset that we have, this new person that we are in this time, with the new issues and problems and traumas that we all have, you know. So no, it's not fucking like back then, or we're taking it how it was meant to be taken. I don't know how it's fucking meant to be taken. I don't know how it's fucking meant to be taken. I don't know. I don't really care, and I'm not trying to recreate that. See so many people trying to recreate that, like, you know.
Always miss something else.
You're always going to, you know. That's you not dealing with being here and now as well, be in the moment. You know, I'm honoring everything. I'm honoring the ancient ways, but to my current state and who I am. You know what I mean? So no guide could really tell you all that you need to know when it comes to anything, really and truly. It's all up to you based on experience. Do you know what I mean? That's it. Just part of that journey. So with all that being said, yeah, I'm not chasing all that no more. And it was like I started to look at my life that I had, that I was living now, you know what I mean? I was just so in love with all of it. In love with the life I'm living, in love with, you know, my relationship, my partner, in love with who I am, you know, what I stand for, what I represent, you know, all of that, you know. It was already bliss. You know what I mean? It's almost like I was just locked into this thing like, oh yeah, I have to heal, or
But did
I
you
have
know
to
what you
heal.
were chasing, or were you chasing something?
Not intentionally. I wasn't chasing anything intentionally, but I guess I was, you know what I mean? Why did I want to keep on
Exactly.
taking more? Like, and, you know, I wanted to, at the same time, I wouldn't say chasing, but yeah, that's the explorative nature of me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh, okay, this is what this is. Oh, what happens if I do this? What
Yeah.
happens if I do
Yeah,
this?
yeah,
What
yeah.
happens if I do this? So if you get to a particular state, like you're having that spiritual out of body experience, you know, and you're like, okay, wow, if that happened when I did this, imagine if I take more.
Yeah.
And like, you know, everything gets crossed and you're like, I'll be a fucking superhero. I'll be invisible. I'll just fucking float up.
I
Then I'll
guess
just look at this and look at that.
it
And
was that, but the influence of like the labels of the heroic dose, or you know,
yeah,
there's also, I'm sure, something that plays its part with that.
yeah, I definitely had tons of influence, you know what I mean, by those around me, teachers, other guides, and, you know, shit that I watch and all that. But, you know,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it all comes down to you. You got to go through that experience. You know, you can't just go in
Yeah.
one time
Yeah.
and then just think that it's it. It's like it's continual. Like, you know, I'm committed to the process. You know, of ever evolving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, in whatever way it looks like.
I guess that's a part of it.
You know, and I'm cool with failing. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be cool with failing if you're going to be on this process. Like, you know, like, we don't know what it looks like. You know what I mean? And I'm fine with that shit. I'm gonna fuck up along the way. But every time I fuck up, that's new new jewels for successful endeavors next time around. You know what I mean? But anyway, so now it's like all this. Yeah, I'm recognizing the bliss right now in the moment. And yeah, we go off to Epping Forest now, and it's like it's a whole new mind with it. It's we're gonna stay on this side. Yeah, it's a whole new mind with it. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's 3 grams. I think I took 3 grams now, or something like that. And yo, I'm talking about being out there this time. Completely, it's a different place. Yes, we've been venturing out in nature more and incorporating nature more, but now we took the tent out, you know, and we stayed out there. We stayed out there for, like, I don't even know, like hours. Just, and then we were being in the tent at first. And you know what? I'm gonna let her go ahead and jump in from here.
From the tent, yeah. It quickly just felt off. You know, it was like we've come all the way to this beautiful forest. We have all this amazing nature around us. Yeah, we have the safety of a tent, but why would we come all this way for that? And with that, we
Because what were we trying to do? We're trying to recreate. We're trying to recreate the experience that we normally have
yeah, I
indoors,
guess maybe having
but
the
outdoors.
familiarity, but outdoor, but it doesn't work that way. Or I guess it can work, but what a shame. Because the forest is far for us. So it was a trek in itself to make it. And once we were there, it was just Anyway, just being in nature, surrounded by in it. So of course we wanted to experience nature. And so we ventured out of the tent and we had the most fun and fulfilling experience just playing in nature, playing with sticks, fighting, but discovering a way of moving with that energy within us in the forest and move with it. We weren't static at all. And just that alone was a high in itself. And the journey was just really smooth and connected and interactive. It really felt magical. It really did feel like a magical experience. And I guess it was being grateful and being able to be in the moment and grateful for all the beauty, being grateful for the dynamics, being grateful for the journey itself, the unknown that we were literally creating right there and then. Because it felt to me that we were mindfully creating those moments too. We were living them, but we were mindfully creating them. And it felt empowering. So it was a very empowering experience, a very magical experience. And, they are called magic mushrooms. I guess it doesn't always feel like the magic that I'm describing, but on that day it did. It was amazing.
Yeah. And let me say this. Right. Yeah, so even thinking about it, so that was this is 3 grams.
Yeah.
This is 3 grams. And we were out there for hours on a high. We left. When I say hours, I'm talking about probably a good 7,
6,
8
7,
hours.
yeah, something like that. Easy.
And then
easy.
Then we left, and still just coming back to our place. It's an hour and a half journey. We're still on the high. We're yo, we completely
but buzzing, right?
You know what we did? Instead of that same feeling that you create when you go on vacation and you travel out, that's what we created right then,
there, yeah.
right then and there.
Well, it felt like being away.
Away.
It was an experience that was. I felt on holiday. I felt away. It could have been anywhere because the forest was this lush and luxurious.
It was breaking from routine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Breaking from routine and just embracing just possible spontaneous moments. You know what I mean? Just forever uncovering it. Do you know what I mean? It was all of that.
Yeah.
I think
this is how I want to journey. This is how it was transformative.
Yeah, this is how journeys look now. Journeys no longer look like me just remaining indoors in a comatose state. You know what I mean? Just focusing on my breath, being heavily in my head. You know what I mean? Nah, that's not the way. That's insanity to me now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the thing is that you can play with the energy that you get from the mushroom. It can be so playful, and you can sense the energy as well, and you move. Sometimes in clumsy ways, but sometimes in super acute ways.
But you just let yourself. You stop taking yourself so serious. You let go. You connect with that primal self. You know what I mean? All these constructs of here, the mind, these behavior patterns that we have become accustomed to. You just let go when we're out there. And the longer that we stay out there in nature, the more that we return to ourselves. you know. So yeah,
Oh, yeah, it was a blissful experience. It defined a new possibilities of what journeys can and really should look like
but yeah,
for me.
not definitely know how to approach it now. Like, this is it.
Yeah,
You building relationships.
yeah. And this 3 gram is like really great. And I remember something from your previous experience. We talked about it and we realized that fuck, you took 18 grams. That's 6 3-gram journeys,
For real.
and that stayed with me. And for real, it is worth it.
You know, I also think that like taking that many and reaching that particular point, I just like I broke something or broke through something. You know what I mean? Where I no longer need that many to access like that
The
particular
magic.
area of magic. You know what I mean? It's already in me, but yes, it does some different things. It makes them connections. So no, it was like with smaller amounts now, it's like I could still get those big responses. I don't know how to say it, but yeah, yeah, it's what it is. All right, Shanti.
Gently.